Hi Rosa, Lady Capricorn Tarot, and in this video we're going to be talking about what Kundalini awakening is. Okay guys, we're going to talk about, we're also going to talk about, we're going to talk about the 19 symptoms of Kundalini awakening, which include both light and dark, okay, type symptoms. We're going to talk about, other, in addition to the 19, I'm also going to mention additional Kundalini awakening symptoms that you might or might not experience. Okay guys, and we're going to talk about much more in this video. Guys, I thought this would be an interesting video, okay, because it is part of the spiritual awakening process. And so if you don't know what it is and you are curious as to what it is, hang around because I'm about to break it down, guys. And as you already know, the article where I got this information from will be linked in the description box below. You could go there and see the extended article. I'm only pulling the interesting parts of the article and bringing it to you guys, okay? All that being said, let's jump right in because I don't want these videos to be too long. And if you like what I do here, you already know what to do. Like, share, subscribe to this channel. Also hit that notification bell so you guys will be alerted when I post a video, premiere video, or when I go live. Okay, so let's talk about what is Kundalini awakening, okay? Article states, sooner or later on the spiritual awakening journey, we all taste the mysterious and intense Kundalini and energy. Okay, so Kundalini is an energy, okay? Could be very powerful, guys. It could knock you off your feet, okay? And it could also, depending on how it goes through your body, it could be the beginning, it could be a very negative or positive, okay? It's something that I feel like the body has to recalibrate and kind of get used to, okay? I'm gonna go ahead and break it down. So it says, article states it might be smooth and subtle, which I just said, right? Or intense and explosive. But whatever the case, Kundalini is a primal force of awakening, okay? So it's inevitable that you're gonna have this type of awakening within your spiritual awakening journey, okay guys? Article states, in fact, sometimes people can experience full-blown Kundalini awakenings spontaneously without any prior experience or interest, okay, in spiritual growth or transformation. So in other words, guys, this type of awakening could hit you just out of nowhere. You don't have to actually be going through your spiritual awakening. Like, this could jump in front of that, if that makes sense, okay? It could hit you out of nowhere. All right, so that's what the article is pretty much stating, okay? It doesn't have to be in tandem with your spiritual awakening process, okay? It could just be by itself coming out of nowhere and hitting you, okay? So just know that. So let's go to what exactly is Kundalini awakening. Well, put simply, a Kundalini awakening is a form of energetic awakening that causes us to transform on the mental, emotional, and spiritual levels. Okay, guys? Kundalini itself is a Sanskrit word that means she who is coiled. Okay? It refers to primordial life force energy contained at the base of the spine that is often depicted as a snake. Okay guys, so Kundalini awakening, like if you had to think about an animal, it would be the snake, okay, because it coils around the base of your spine. That's where you start to feel that energy, okay guys? So the article states, this serpentine energy, once awoken, travels up various energy centers or chakras. And guys, if you want to know more about the chakras, I did a video on the 7 chakras. It's currently on my playlist of non-tarot interesting topics, where this video will be featured as well. Okay guys, go ahead and check out the 7 chakra videos. It's very interesting and it goes in tandem with this as well. Okay guys, so the energy, right, once awakened, travels up the various energy centers or chakras of the body and into your crown chakra, which is the top of your head, guys, okay, where higher consciousness is triggered. The result of this higher awareness is greater understanding of one's soul or true nature, okay, the life purpose and the nature of reality itself. All right, guys, as a divine feminine energy, Kundalini usually lies dormant in the root chakra, okay, which is at the base of the spine. However, there are a number of different situations where Kundalini can be suddenly awakened, okay, spanning from trauma to drug use, you know, all the way to years of targeted practice of such as through Tantra or Kundalini Yoga. Okay, so in other words, the Kundalini awakening can be also triggered out, like I said earlier, outside of your spiritual awakening process. Okay, triggers that could, you know, bring this out is trauma. Okay, use of drugs. I can't talk, right? And, you know, years of practicing, targeted practicing, you know, to try and awaken the Kundalini energy, or, you know, through practices like yoga. Okay, guys? So in this article, okay, they have divided Kundalini awakening into two groups, and I touched on this in the beginning, okay, light and dark signs, okay? So note that the Kundalini energy is neither good nor bad, okay, guys? It's a primordial force that simply lives inside our bodies, okay? However, right, to the human mind, some of these experiences are pleasant and others are extremely unpleasant, okay? And I'm going to go ahead and start with the 19 symptoms of Kundalini awakening, okay? Including both light and dark symptoms, okay? So we're going to first touch on the light symptoms of Kundalini awakening, okay, guys? And if you feel one or two or any of these, you could already be going through this Kundalini awakening process, all right? So let's go to number one. You feel a spiritual connection with the divine that transcends the ego. Okay, number two, you are bathed in bliss and experience boundless love. Number three, you experience periods of oneness where your compassion or humanity increases. All right, guys. Number four, you tap into extrasensory abilities such as, this is ESP, and or extraordinary gifts. Okay. Number five, pleasure sensations pulsate through your body. Okay, number six, you're inspired to make big life-changing decisions and authentic changes in your life. Okay, number seven, synchronicities. Okay, for example, meaningful or malicious coincidences. Okay, increases tremendously at this time. Okay, number eight, you have profound insights into your behavior and past experiences, okay? Number nine, your empathic abilities strengthen and you can feel everything, okay, at a profound level, okay? Number 10, you begin to understand the nature of the mind and how it influences reality. And number 11, and this is with the light symptoms, okay, falling on the light side of Kundalini awakening, the last symptom is number 11, you'll keep receiving big cosmic downloads of information, okay? Soul communication, as they say. All right, I'm going to go ahead and keep going with number 12, but from 12 on to 19, these are the dark Kundalini awakening symptoms, okay? So at number 12, from the dark side of the Kundalini awakening symptoms, you have you experience intense involuntary shaking of the body that can be alarming. Okay, guys, so you think that you're probably going through a seizure or something, you know, very like that. You're not. It's gonna freak you out, is what I'm saying. Okay, so that involuntary shaking, okay, of the body, could be Kundalini awakening symptoms if you have no health issues that will bring this on all of a sudden, okay? Number 13, your nervous system becomes hypersensitive to external stressors, such as bright light, TV violence, loud noises, and shuts down or craves total solitude. And guys, I believe I experienced my Kundalini awakening already, because as I'm reading number 13, this is exactly how I felt at one point, okay? I still kind of feel that way, but I'm able to control it now. Like, I am hypersensitive to external stressors, right? Like, the light always seems extra bright to me, okay? I cannot watch anything violent on TV. In fact, when I watch the news in the morning, I literally just look at the weather and I change the channel, okay? And I do crave solitude, right? I like being by myself. I don't have a problem with, of course, I'm already introverted, but I don't have a problem with being in solitude. I feel at peace and comfortable when I'm in solitude, okay? Let's go to number 14. You struggle to sleep properly. Okay, so your sleeping patterns also become affected. Okay, this is again on the dark side of Kundalini awakening symptoms. Okay. Number 16, you have visual disturbances that can feel alarming. For example, objects seem to vibrate. Okay. Number 17, you experience intense heat vibrations or electricity surge through your body. Number 18, it feels like you're having a bad drug trip while sober. Okay, so you feel like you're on drugs even though you're not on any drugs. Okay. And number 19 on the dark side of Kundalini awakening symptoms is you struggle to distinguish what real is, right, from what's imagined. Okay, a form of psychosis. And you feel like you're going crazy. Okay, guys, and I've experienced a lot of these, both the light and the dark in this Kundalini awakening. And guys, I also want to put a disclaimer in here. That if any of these symptoms are not connected to any health issues, okay, it could be connected to the dark side of Kundalini awakening. Okay, these symptoms that I just went through here. Okay, because a lot of them involve your vision. It feels like a lot of them feel like, you know, you're on drugs or you're tripping, which means you're dizzy, you know, vertigo, that type of thing. So if you don't have any health issues that could cause these sensations of the dark side of Kundalini awakening, you could be in the process of currently going through this here. Okay, guys? And remember, it could hit you out of the blue. It doesn't, you don't have to be in the process in your, you know, in your journey, on your journey of spiritual awakening. Again, it could be triggered by you know, bad experiences you're going through, or, you know, if you've been meditating and doing yoga, that could awaken that Kundalini energy in your body. Okay, so let's talk about other Kundalini symptoms. Okay, now these symptoms you may have gone through, could be going through, but it's typically not as common as the 19 that I just went through. Okay, so the Kundalini awakening symptoms, okay, I mentioned, are fairly common. All right, guys, the ones I just went through. However, some people do experience Kundalini awakening, right? When they experience it, they may experience some other, you know, and perhaps less common awakening symptoms. Okay, Kundalini awakening symptoms, and these are a few of them. Okay, feeling shattered, fragmented, or like you have no center, like you're not centered, like you're all over the place, right? Like your way of thinking is like, if you think about it, a jigsaw puzzle. Like it's like you're having a rapid thoughts, right? Everything feels fragmented. Okay, you may experience a lot of dreams with snakes, or seeing snakes everywhere. Okay, this is an alert from your subconscious mind. Okay, and remember, I said the Kundalini energy is connected to the serpent, the snake. Okay, you may be feeling raw and extremely vulnerable, right, like a newborn baby. You could be going through manic and exuberant energy, you know, or the opposite, like chronic fatigue, you know, sometimes alternating, right? Like sometimes you'll have both. You'll have this blast of energy, and then all of a sudden you have this fatigue. You get really tired. Okay, so you could have one or both at the same time, or one or the other. You also may experience frequent lucid dreamings or vivid dreams at this time. Okay, guys? And you'll also see lights or hear music, right, that isn't there. Like you'll hear this and it's not in your presence, in your physical. Okay, you may experience tapping into your past life experiences, right, or other people's past life experiences. You could be entering spontaneous yoga poses. Okay, some poses are known are kriyas, mudras, which are hand poses, or pranayama, which is like yogic breathing. Okay, guys, you may be developing a savior complex, right, or feelings of grandiose. You know, you're feeling grandiose. Okay, you may be feeling intense grief for the planet and all suffering beings. Okay, let's see. You may be experiencing out-of-body experiences where you may or may not connect with your higher self. Okay, guys. You'll also have visual and hearing changes, okay? You'll go through panic attacks and feelings of terror. You'll have strange food cravings or aversions, okay? So you may be wanting to eat something you would have never wanted to eat, had no interest in eating, or the opposite, something that you really like to eat, you might not be like wanting to eat or even entertain. Okay, if that makes sense. It's kind of like being pregnant, right? When you're pregnant, there's things that you wouldn't eat outside of being pregnant that you kind of crave. So this is kind of like that type of experience, okay? You'll have, guys, and this is, okay? And if you think you're going crazy, when I'm going to give you this, okay? And again, these are symptoms that are not as common as the 19 I went through, but you could be going through if you're going through Kundalini awakening, okay? You'll have spontaneous orgasms, okay? And you might think you're going crazy, like, why the hell is this happening all of a sudden? You know, you could be sitting down and, you know, you have this sensation and you're like, oh my God, what happened? You know, you're not going crazy. That could be a Kundalini awakening symptom, okay? Again, spontaneous orgasm, okay? And the last symptom that you could experience in your Kundalini awakening outside of the 19 common ones that I gave you that were both light and dark is developing strange undiagnosable physical symptoms that may manifest as autoimmune conditions, okay? For example, like digestive issues, nausea, etc. All right? So let's talk about, is Kundalini awakening dangerous, guys? Because we went through all of these things, right? And you know, some of you might be like, damn, that's, you know, that sounds like something dangerous. Like how is that going to affect me? Well, let's talk about, is Kundalini awakening dangerous? Well, the article states, okay, it's a fair question, right? Especially after everything that I mentioned, like I told you guys, right? But the article says, right, to answer the question, it's a yes and no, okay? Kundalini energy isn't innately dangerous or bad, right? It's our energy blockages that limit the flow of Kundalini that make a painful, scary, and sometimes dangerous experience. So in other words, because we could have blockages, especially to the chakras of the body, so that the energy doesn't flow as it should, okay? When you have that Kundalini awakening and it starts blasting through every single one of your chakras, you know, it could be, you know, the body is not used to all of that energy flowing through it, especially on that magnitude, right? So you could feel, especially if the blockages are removed, you could, you know, it could be a painful thing because, you know, like the article stated, you know, it'll manifest in like autoimmune conditions, you know, stomach issues, things of that nature. So it could be painful, uncomfortable, it could be scary, and sometimes you know, a dangerous experience, okay? But it's just energy, okay? So I guess the thing is, it's how you interpret your experience, okay? So in other words, when Kundalini is prematurely stimulated or aroused, right, in an incorrect way, for example, right, through inadequate preparation and clearing of our energetic body, the results can be disastrous. So again, if like I said, if your body, if you have blockages to your chakras and your body is not used to this blast of energy, this Kundalini energy, okay, it could be a disastrous process once you're in this, okay, guys? But thankfully, the experience doesn't last forever, okay, guys? That's the good thing about it, okay? And I'm gonna talk about, right, let's see, and you know, we're gonna explore what to do if you're experiencing the dark side of Kundalini awakening, okay? And that's gonna be a little later. So in short, right, Kundalini is a very strong force of energy, okay, guys? Let's talk about spiritual awakening versus Kundalini awakening. Okay, what's the difference? So the article states, while the two sound the same, they're slightly different in nature. Okay, the spiritual awakening process or spiritual ascension tends to be emotional and psychological. Kundalini awakening, on the other hand, is energetic. Okay, it's a surge of energy that may be either gentle, right, and gradual, or sudden and intense. Okay, while Kundalini awakening usually comes further down the road, after someone has experienced a spiritual awakening, it doesn't always, right, guys? And we said this in the beginning of this video. So as mentioned previously, okay, Kundalini can arise suddenly in response to psychedelic drug experiences, sexual encounters, or even traumatic situations, okay? So bear that in mind, okay? Another distinguishing factor is that Kundalini energy is felt very physically, okay? Whereas spiritual awakening is usually more mind and heart oriented, okay? So while intense vibrations and heat may be felt in the body during Kundalini awakening, during spiritual awakening, there's more of a soulful quality of deep questioning, right, guys? Insight and transfiguration. Some refer to as a spiritual alchemy, all right, guys? So, can somebody experience both spiritual awakening and Kundalini awakening at the same time? Absolutely, yes, okay? And it's for this reason that both tend to lead to experiences of the dark night of the soul, or the inevitable after effect of having, felt like one has lost touch with the divine, okay? So ultimately, there are two sides, okay? They are two sides of the same coin, all right, guys? So that was the difference between spiritual awakening and Kundalini awakening, okay? Kundalini awakening is more energetic energy, and the spiritual awakening is more of the mind and the soul, okay? All right, so let's go. Let's talk about 5 hidden traps of Kundalini awakening, okay? So Kundalini awakening is a life-changing mystical experience, right, guys, that can feel magical, ecstatic, and profound. Of course, it's energy, right? And it is. But there are also many hidden traps, okay, we can fall into after we've emerged out of on the other end. So coming out of the other side of Kundalini awakening, okay, these are the 5 traps, okay? I'm gonna tell you right now, and I'm gonna give you a description. So number 1, spiritual superiority, okay? Seeing yourself in a more awake than others, okay, type of mentality, and looking down on those who are not as advanced or still asleep, okay, also known as the spiritual narcissism, okay? So that's spiritual trap number 1, coming out of the Kundalini awakening process. Number 2, you have your savior complex, okay? Adopting a disproportionate sense of self, right? You have grandiosity, you feel grandiose, right? And you feel very special, okay? Believing that you're sent to save the world, okay? For example, for those who have undergone Kundalini psychosis, this can mean believing that they're Jesus Christ or the next Buddha, all right, guys? Number 3, grasping and attachment, okay? So desperately trying to hold on to the blissful experiences of the Kundalini awakening and being miserable, even entering crisis mode, okay, guys, when it's inevitably lost, okay? This can result in spiritual materialism, okay? So that's number 3 in the 5 traps of Kundalini awakening, right? Coming out of the process. This is 5 traps you could fall into. Let's go to number 4. Okay, spiritual nihilism, okay? So this is taking universal truth and misapplying them to a human level. For example, all is an illusion, nothing ultimately matters, okay? People saying this type of thing, which breeds a sense of disassociation, emptiness, and cynicism, okay? And finally, number 5, okay, in the 5 traps of Kundalini awakening, what's on the other side of your Kundalini awakening is avoidance, okay? Avoiding or spiritually bypassing everyday responsibilities and focusing on higher spiritual matters, okay, let me see, I can't talk. All right, let's do this again. This is essentially, okay, a way for the ego to avoid growing up and integrating the experience at a human level, okay? So that's number 5, avoidance, all right, guys? So let's talk about how to handle a Kundalini awakening, okay, guys? Because like I said, Kundalini awakening will knock you off your feet. It is a force of energy to be reckoned with. So the article states, if your Kundalini has awoken and you've been feeling overwhelmed, here's some guidance, okay? Number one, okay, is be gentle with yourself and take care of your nervous system, okay? Taking a warm bath with essential oils like lavender, okay, is a suggestion. If a warm bath, however, doesn't sound like your cup of tea, try a cold shower. Be mindful and notice how your body and mind responds to the temperature of the water. Okay, guys? Another suggestion is find something or someone that brings you a feeling of safety. This might be cuddling your dog or cat, asking your partner or friend to hold you, finding a cozy nook in nature, or relaxing in a corner, okay, of your house that brings you comfort. Okay? Another suggestion is listening to calming music. Okay, guys? Then you have try slow guided breathing using an app like Calm or Insight Timer. And guys, I think you can find those on the App Store for Apple, as well as for Google, okay, for Android. Those two apps, again, they are Calm or Insight Timer. At the very first sign of discomfort, stop using them immediately, okay? So if you try any one of these two apps and you start feeling like discomfort, then just stop using it, okay? Another suggestion is ground yourself outdoors in nature, okay? And finally, eating grounding foods like potatoes, root vegetables, and organic meat, okay? Number two, okay, in how to deal with a Kundalini awakening is stop all spiritual practice temporarily, guys, okay? Yes, your spiritual practice might be amplifying the effects of your Kundalini awakening, so stop, all right, guys? Let yourself rest. If you crave a replacement practice, try mindfulness, okay? Because mindfulness helps ground you, okay, in the present moment, okay? And suggestion number 3 is seek out compassionate help, okay? So article states there are people who specialize in Kundalini awakening help that you can find online, okay? But tread carefully. Trust your instincts, okay? If you feel worse or if you get weird vibes about someone, you don't owe them any explanation, okay? Just leave and find someone else, okay? You have to do the right thing, okay, to get the guidance you need, all right? So in closing, guys, Kundalini awakening can happen gradually or subtly or explosively, and on our spiritual awakening journeys, okay? Known as the serpent power, again, guys, okay? The inner woman, the essence of Shakti, Kundalini energy can be a force of tremendous awakening or deep enslavement, okay? The key is to be mindful, practice spiritual discernment, okay? Trust in your soul's strength and seek help where needed, okay, guys? Because like I said, this is a very powerful energy, okay? This is a very powerful, strong type of awakening, okay? And again, it could happen during your spiritual awakening journey, or even if you're not on the path to your spiritual awakening, okay, guys? I'm gonna stop this video here. I don't want these videos to be too long. Guys, if you like what I did here, please consider liking, sharing, subscribing to my channel. Also hitting that notification bell so you guys will be alerted when I post a video, when I premiere video, or when I go live. And guys, if you feel like you can benefit from this video or know somebody that you feel is in the process of going through this, pass the video on, share it. I would love for you to leave me a comment if you've already gone through this type of awakening, okay? I'm very interested to hear how many people out there are currently either experiencing this or have experienced this, okay, guys? Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. Do know that I love and appreciate you all. Have a great day and a great evening, and I will see you guys in my next video, okay, guys? God bless. Bye.